Kathy. I'm coming together with some amazing women, healers and coaches, and in small groups. And today was the start of one of those groups, and one will begin next week. And then I have one that's been going on for quite a while. And today we were starting to talk about creation and actualization and what it takes. You know, setting a direction. I'd like to get 10 people in my group, or I'd like to be on stages, or write my book, or whatever it is. Have a wonderful relationship. And most of us are taught to follow the lightness, follow the excitement. And yes, that is spot on. Except when it comes to doing things, taking action. Okay, bear with me here a moment. Because when we have something we'd like to get into the world, or something we'd like to actualize, we usually have some part of it that's a little sticky. For example, oh yes, I've put my program together, super excited about it, would love to have people in there. And oh no, I have to tell people about it, like do a video and make emails, and suddenly the shrinking happens, like pulling back, the brakes. And, or like, oh, I have this amazing idea for a book, and then we just don't create time for it. Or whatever it is. So we've set a target, right? And the target is important. The target is light. The target is juicy. It's yummy. And we're starting to move toward that target, putting something together, and then we go, eat! We stop ourselves. And that happens quite often. In fact, I've read some statistic that maybe 80% of Americans think they have a book in them, but only some tiny percentage, like less than 1 or something like that, maybe it's 2, actually do it, right? We put the brakes on. And this is where we can do one of two things, which is target smaller. Like, okay, I'd like to just write a chapter, right? And then you've done that, and so then you can target for another chapter, right? We're breaking it into doable chunks instead of like this massive, overwhelming mountain. If you've never hiked to Machu Picchu, right? If you've never hiked in your life, then Machu Picchu or the Himalayas seems like a big deal. But if you're used to putting on those boots and a backpack, you know, and taking some hikes, then you can target higher and higher until you actually find that the Himalayas or Machu Picchu or whatever it is not a big deal. Okay, so that's one of the things that you can do. The other is to get accountability and support. And that's one of the things that has really helped me so much in my life. I think over the past decade, there is not a time I haven't had a coach of one sort or another, because I've noticed my own tendency to put the brakes on sometimes, to stop things sometimes, and the desire to have someone, and in some cases a small group, to hold that energy for me, to mirror back the fact that I can have it. And yes, there might be this thing stopping me, and let's facilitate through that, right? Facilitate means to make easy, to bring ease. So get some facilitation around it and recognize, oh yeah, it's just my head in the way. That's all it's pretty much ever been, even when I've said it's someone else or this or that. Right? Sometimes it's not the timing yet, but you know, to see, to look, to navigate together, and to recognize also you can have that. Whatever it is. You may have some beliefs that you can't. You may have some areas of weakness that can be built into strengths, or you may find someone else to handle that area for you so that you can actually put your energy into what's strong for you. That's what it's about, like getting that support and accountability. And so in whatever way that comes for you, if that's your spouse, if that's a coach, if that's a small group, if that's a friend that's reliable, you know, that'll say, hey Kathy, did you do that thing? And I can be honest and say, or yeah, I did. And so if this is something that appeals to you, I have one more spot in our Sunday group and possibly in the Thursday as well. And you are welcome to join us and set those targets and finally take actions and have the support to reach them. So the info is below. And if you have any questions, message me and I'll get back to you and we'll have a conversation and see if it's a right fit, because it's got to be a right fit. But the energy of the groups that are forming, so dynamic and beautiful and delicious. Like, you'll see why it becomes the best part of my week.